Okay, I'd like to, this talk is about Moneyball. I'm a solo practitioner in San Antonio, and I'd like to start by quoting just what solos are up to. The problem is that we're trying to solve is that there are rich teams, there are poor teams, there's 50 feet of crap, and then there's us. So the question is, who are we? We're actually litigators, we're mothers, we're fathers, we're brothers and sisters, we're dogs and dog owners, but we're really out there in a world, as Norm said, wearing milk-bone underwear. So I'll move on. It's a mashup. We're an individual. We're constantly trying to evolve and become better lawyers and better litigators and represent our people, and we're seeking relevance in response to the disruption. And it's a matter of quality of life. And what is quality of life? Quality of life is exactly what we get out of a relationship when how much we spend or incur and how much we get back. And it determines how happy we are and how unhappy we are in the end. And it's a process. It's a process that we do in life, and it's a process that we do in our practice. It's dictated by how we get clients, how we sell ourselves, how we do the if-then during our cases. And it's a matter of that process. And the interesting part about it is that I got obsessed with Moneyball in 2011 and started writing about it in 2012, which is based on the concept of sabermetrics, or measuring in-game activity, which is what we're doing with the practice of law. The combination of Moneyball and law is really about converging that process and making our mark, finding what I call our true. And basically, to be completely honest, for a lot of guys, it's about making up for being a dork in high school. It usually has something to do with a really good-looking girl. It's about trying to change the game. Brad Pitt said to Jonah Hill in the movie, "I know these guys. I know the way they think, and everything we've done here, none of it will matter. Any other team wins, they're drinking champagne, they get a ring. But if we win on our budget, we'll have changed the game." And I want it to change the game. I want it to mean something. I want for us as individuals moving towards relevance to mean something. And this idea about Moneyball is about connecting the idea that what the Yankees spent versus the A's and what big law spends versus small law can be translated. Why is it important? Well, specifically in legal technology, it's important because it's a great equalizer. And if I can spit out a bill with a link to pay in 2 minutes, whereas somebody has to hire somebody else to do it, I think, winning, and I'm an Oakland A in that point. The A's spent quite a lot more or quite a lot less than the Yankees in order to get their wins, 31.7% less. And if I'm following that, we created, myself and my friend Mark Matheny earlier this spring, 10 categories of legal practice management categories where we ranked each one on the field, 9 positions and 1 batter. The first 3 were, you just saw. The second 3 are document management, accounting software, mobile lawyering, which includes everything from iPads to iPhones, et cetera. And each is ranked with a point scale or a percentage, which adds up to 100 points. So we weighted each of these. The next categories were document assembly, legal research, and PDF conversion, especially here in Texas where mandatory e-filing requires a searchable PDF. Everything from note-taking to creating that PDF and manipulating it becomes extremely important. So the last category on the field is presentation software, and while it's ranked very low at 8% right now, I think that when you look at things like PowerNote and Keynote and linear presentation software as compared to other modes like Prezi or Google or 15-second ones where you are forced onward, you'll see that you look at the cost-benefit analysis. So the cost, for example, for big law to do something, if it were $500, and for Moneyball law or the solo or small firm to do it is $100, you're getting a 5 times savings. And we were able to create with the weighted averages an ERA or a score. In each case, we were able to save between 2 and 10% or 10 times the amount that big law could do in doing it. Moneyball is in the law practice. If you're going to look and do it, I would say you identify your own legal practice management categories and how much they're important to you. You rank them on a scale, and then you start by attacking the weakest position that you have. In the end, Brad Pitt is offered a position with the Boston Red Sox, and He was the first dog at the bowl. He was the guy that took it in the teeth, as the quote goes in the movie. And he was the one that stood up and paved the way for a whole lot of other folks like us. And so the end game for Moneyball law, to avoid the disruption that started last year, to find your relevance and find your true, and then you go out and find that girl from high school and you say to her, hey, Dana Beavers, all this could have been yours. Thanks very much.